Pod Chef. Pod Chef. Pod Chef. Pod Chef. You're listening to Pod Chef. When I say pod, y'all say chef. Pod Chef. You listening to Pod Chef. It's a podcast about Top Chef, and that's a broadcast. It's on TV, and you can watch it. They hella deep, 20 seasons, that's a lot, kid. But you can skip those. We do recaps about the whole show. Not the food, though, but the other stuff. Yeah. You're now listening to Pod Chef, the only official podcast about the TV show Top Chef, with your hosts, Jamal, Brian, and Reeves. And I only said their first names because I don't know everyone's last name, and I'm trying to be polite. Now enjoy the show.
All right, welcome to Pod Chef, the official Top Chef podcast. It is the official one, licensed by Tom Colicchio. I don't know why I keep getting letters from law. I guess they're lawyers saying we have to stop saying that. I don't understand this because this is sanctioned by Tom himself. He made us do it. So,
or at least negative reviews that say this is not the, like, I went here because it says it's the official Top Chef podcast, and I listened to it, and it clearly isn't.
Yeah. It's weird to get those kinds of reviews on a podcast that is the official Top Chef podcast. And our guest today will kind of prove that it is the official Top Chef podcast.
Yeah,
so
it is kind of weird that we get those kinds of negative reviews saying this is an official Top Chef podcast.
Yeah.
This honestly is a terrible podcast. No, actually, it's very good, and we have a good guest here that's going to prove it.
I'm your host, Jamal. I'm here with my co-host, Reeves. Say what's up.
What's up, fans? We got a banger for you.
And is your co-host here?
And my co-hosts, say hello to the people, Bri.
Hey everyone. I thought Reeves was gonna say, "What's up, fam?"
I would never say that.
Okay, I thought you would.
Okay, we're taking calls.
Okay, we're taking
something
calls
in my room
now.
is making noises. I don't know what it is.
You hear yourself?
Is that what it is? Is that what I'm hearing? It keeps talking. Something in my room is like talking.
I think that's you. I think you're hearing yourself in your headphones.
Yeah,
but he sounds like kind of dumb. What I'm hearing sounds really stupid.
You got.
I don't want to be the one who breaks this to you.
And
that
fat.
sounds more
I
like
can hear how fat the sound is.
This seems like you're being mean to yourself.
This seems like you're being super mean to yourself. You know what, Brian, you figure that out. And while you're doing that, let's I'm gonna read an introduction. I'm gonna introduce our guest. Let's just jump right into it. He served as an executive chef for some of the country's most prestigious museums and hotels. You've seen him all over the Food Network, Comfort Nation, Cutthroat Kitchen, Chop, Top Chef. He won Chop in 2017. He also appeared on Food Network Canada's Fire Masters. Please welcome to the pod, Chef Nick Bubba Wallace.
Hello. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming on the podcast. We've wanted you. We're trying to get the original trio from season 19 that had to team up first, you, Evelyn, and Damar, to come on the podcast. So happy that you're here. What have you been up to since filming?
So since filming, of course, my seasoning has just went crazy. The numbers has been great. We went into about 32 stores. We sell about 2,000 bottles a week online. And also, like the other Top Chef contestants, they all are supporting big time. So Buddha buys a lot for his cooking, but also too for his little market outside of his restaurant. All of his steaks and all are cooked with Nick's 26. So I've created a few concepts as far as restaurants. My commercial kitchen is in this Midtown area of Mississippi, of Jackson. So I'm opening up a culinary center there, also with this super funky, cool concept called Rooted. So this is going to go along with my museum restaurants as well. And I'm still just traveling, and people want me in so many places, but I'm only one person. Top Chef was really, really good for my culinary life.
Well, that's great to hear. What was it like filming during the pandemic for you?
It was not as bad as people would think. So I did two filmings in the pandemic. I went to Canada. I went to Ontario, Franklin, to do Fire Masters, which I won. I did that in 2020. So it was really serious there, but it was a lot easier because we was cooking outside. And with Top Chef, it really wasn't that hard because we had a whole hotel, so we was all kind of separated. So it's been good, and it's definitely a big relief right now with COVID kind of miling down, especially in our areas.
Yeah. So when you get there for the first episode, you guys are thrown right into a quick fire challenge where you can't speak to one another and you have to like throw your dishes together as they're setting up in a sequence. How is that for an icebreaker for you guys?
It's a huge icebreaker, and I can only speak for myself, but I'm sure a lot of the other contestants are trying to, or you never know what's going on in the head. But for me, it's always that initial part that I need to kind of get my mojo going. So it was great to see all the talent in the room. And as soon as Patma wants to go to James Beard nominations and who cooked at the #1 restaurant in the world, who cooked for Michelin star kitchens. So that one there was a setback for me, but at the end of the day, that's the reason why I do TV anyway, because it really doesn't matter. I don't let that kind of shy away. If I did, I'll probably be out of there in the first round. So I don't let that dictate what's going to happen at all. I just move forward. I don't scare very easy. Um, so, but the one thing I do like is all about the friendships, because that's the part that you don't know if your personality is going to blend well. Is anybody going to like you? So I'm glad and thankful that I was likable in a sense. I don't think from everybody, but for most people, I were.
That's good.
It's
I
good to
think
hear.
yeah, I don't think it rattled you. I mean, you had pretty strong performance the entire time of the show. And then Tom was like, "How can I get Nick out of here? I know.
Yeah.
I'll make him go fishing all day long.
There you go.
I'll tire him out."
Yeah. There you go.
So
And me and Tom had a great time on that boat with Don and Buddha, Damar. We all had a great time on that boat, and they didn't show it like this, but I caught the biggest fish. I was snagging them in.
oh,
It was a great time. So maybe that was one of the things that he said. You know what? Whoever catch the biggest fish got to get the hell out of here.
Well, yeah,
yeah.
because you showed him up on his own show.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Nick,
You
what are you doing?
embarrassed
Like
him.
he's probably
So
like, "What are you
he's
doing?
like,
This is my show. You're gonna show up on my show and catch a bigger fish than he's a fisher. He loves fishing.
Yeah.
yeah. I'm sure as
So-
soon as you pulled up that big fish, he turned to production, was like, "You guys got to cut this out. I don't want anyone to see
Yeah.
this. Make me
Yeah.
look bad."
He
Yeah.
said, "Line the fish up, but don't say who caught the biggest one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah,
Let
I think-
everyone assume it's me."
and I don't think too. Top Chef is a marathon. And
Yeah.
I'm glad you spoke about that, but it mentally, not just endurance, but just mentally, it will wear you out, especially if you're coming from families and operations of business, and and you're still working with the unknown. Like, it will just get to you. I've had a couple breaking points that I'm glad it wasn't shown on camera, but it was a couple breaking moments because that's your livelihood, and for me, it's very important for me to keep everything going.
Yeah, what
You
is
wanna-
that like in terms of communication back to your business? Like, are you allowed to like keep things running or whatever when you guys aren't filming, or is it just you leave it to someone and you kind of like, well, when I come back from filming, then I will pick up where I left off?
Yeah, it's pretty much like you honestly won't be able to get it right. We was planning months in advance, going over financial reports. Then you never know in the restaurant industry. You have to leave credit cards. You just never know when things are going to happen. You may have to rush off to go grab saffron or whatever the case is. And you don't want to tire out your team by using up their funds. So I tried to make everything a lot easier for them, but also asked a lot of chef friends of mine to jump in and check on them. So a lot of people kind of came in and checked on them. And then too, I had the state. The state was super important. I told the governor before I left and he was there, very supportive. So he sent out people from the PR team. The state of Mississippi was super supportive on me, just making sure that everything is still there when I come back and I can pick up the pieces.
Wow. You told the state had your back. Wow. That's fascinating.
Yeah. See, I scream Mississippi. They better do something.
So when I had that question, when you guys were talking about the being like a marathon, is there times when you have to, you're getting to know people's personalities, you're getting to know how they are as chefs, where you're like, well, I'll deal with this person's personality and having to team up with them because I know they're a good chef, but then we'll get past this and I'll be on to someone else the next week or some new challenge the next week. Are these kind of the mind obstacles you have to overcome?
Oh yeah, that black book. You're putting strategies in there. If it came down to it, you're trying to find weak points of everybody just in case.
Mm.
But because you never know when you got to pull it, and you really honestly just want to get as close to that, get to the finale, because that's pretty much where all your chips lay. I had several courses of food that I would have done in the finale, but even for Restaurant Wars, I told myself if I get first pick, I know what my team was going to be, and I knew Buddha. Everybody was kind of getting on my back. Why you didn't pick Buddha first? Well, I knew that the other teammates had issues with Buddha, and I knew they wasn't going to pick Buddha.
Mm.
And I knew they was going to go after Jackson and Sarah. They're going to go after them a lot quicker. So I knew that honestly, I'm here to kind of break rules and that kind of thing. That's the reason why I picked Damar and Ashley first, because I wanted it to be strong from the Southern point of view, but also I knew Buddha was going to be there to kind of, he's the icing on the cake.
Yeah, and you guys placed well in Restaurant Wars.
Is Restaurant Wars when Jackson said that he couldn't smell anything or taste anything, or was that after Restaurant Wars?
This was after. This was right after. This was judging right after Restaurant Wars. This is judging.
Was that an honest? Had people like kind of figured it out and just didn't say anything, or like was it one of those like, yeah, we all know, or was it like, oh wow, he's really like hid this really well?
No, we didn't know.
Mm.
No, we didn't know at all. And when I saw Jackson in Hollywood, we went to the Jurassic Park opening for that new movie, and I was going to give him so much shit. But it was such a great time. He brought his family out, but I was going to give it to him, and I said, "Well, if I see him again, I'm going to give it to him." Nobody.
You heard it here. You heard it here, Jackson.
Yeah. Can I ask a real quick question about this was Jurassic World Dominion, right?
Yes.
So I tried watching that movie recently, and there's a lot about a cloned girl and not a lot about dinosaurs. Is that so? When you did the Jurassic World Dominion challenge, did they tell you that's what the movie was about? Less about dinosaurs and more about like a cloned girl? Because I don't get it. It didn't seem like a dinosaur movie. It seemed like a clone girl movie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was all about dinosaurs. Nothing else.
Okay. So they tricked you.
Yeah.
Yeah. That movie's about the clone girl. I don't know who she is. Who is she?
You guys see the movie prior to that to understand the importance of the clone girl.
Yeah.
Does she show up in the first one?
Not the first one. The second one.
Not the first one, but the second one.
Yeah.
And where's Jeff Goldblum?
He shows up later.
I didn't understand. It was all about her. And why do I care about her? She's not a dinosaur. Is she? Wait. Does she end? I didn't finish it. Does she end up being okay? Does she end up being a dinosaur? Nick, you can tell me. You can spoil it for me.
No, I don't want to tell you. I want you to see.
Oh man,
that's a good spokesperson. You gotta watch the whole thing and buy all the merchandise, Brian.
Speaking of no spoilers, let's do one of these segments we call Chefs I Prepared for You. This is where we talk about what we had for dinner last night and only last night and present it as if we're presented to the judges on Top Chef. I will go first, and there will be a voting for a winner at the end. Chefs I Prepared for You. Long grain brown Persian rice, spiced rice. I had teriyaki chicken thighs, and I had sautéed kale.
How'd you
How
do the
you-
kale?
Oh, I sautéed it in olive oil real quick with garlic and did I use cumin? I think I did put a little cumin in there.
Okay.
You buy that frozen or fresh kale in a big old
It
bag?
was-
Kale comes in the biggest bag.
It really does, and I'm gonna be very honest with you. This time it was frozen,
That's okay.
and I
That's
I
fine.
put it on the skillet.
Frozen's how fresh stays fresh.
Yeah.
We learned that on this show. Wh- When you say teriyaki spiced chicken thighs, I'm picturing a liquid teriyaki, but I know that you are a dry spice guy.
Yeah, these were dry rubbed in teriyaki seasoning and then baked.
Okay.
Well, roasted
Okay.
actually, roasted chicken thighs.
Okay. And how do you make your rice? Got a rice cooker? Is it Uncle Ben's minute bag rice? Is it called Uncle Ben's anymore?
Oh well, okay. So soaked it obviously for 10 minutes, and then put the water on. Boiled it first. Added chicken stock to the water as well for flavoring. Then toasted the rice that was soaking. I drained it and then toasted it with the seasoning. And then put it in the boiling water and then just cooked it out. Also put a star anise in there to infuse some flavor.
A
What did you
star
guess?
anise. But no one has told me. Am I allowed to say that? Is it still Uncle Ben's rice?
Yes, it is.
Okay. I said it a bunch if I'm not supposed to.
It's original.
Chefs,
Ben's original.
Ben's Ritual. There you go. Chefs, I prepared for you a frozen eggplant roll up that I got from Whole Foods. Put it in the oven, take it out of the oven, eat it. That's the extent of the cooking I did yesterday.
Like an eggplant rollatini.
Just rolled. Yeah, there's like the cheese filling thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's rolled in that, and then you get some like tomato sauce on the side. It's surprisingly tough. Those eggplants.
Okay.
Surprisingly tough. So, Nick, normally I do try and cook something, especially when we have a very special guest on, but I couldn't last night. It was impossible.
Do you want to tell us
Oh.
why? You can tell us
Yeah.
why.
I wish it-
So okay, I guess I can get into it. So I have an issue with technology in my house taking over, being too strong. And it has whatever is happening with them, and Nick, please jump in if anything here is confusing to you. Whatever is happening with my technology has gotten to the kitchen. And so it is stopping me from using things like my microwave, my stovetop, and stuff like that. And then it just kind of will only accept certain things into the oven. The oven is kind of the spokesperson. It opens the lid and it talks that way. And so that's the only thing it would accept was the frozen eggplant. So I had to.
Okay.
So that's the background on that. That's what I had.
And that all makes sense. We all know what that means.
Yeah. I have no follow-ups.
Okay. Chefs, last night procured for you burrito, chicken burrito with guacamole on the side from a place
Fresh guac?
called. It was, yeah.
Mm.
You know, guacamole is so expensive. It's
Well,
easy to make. It's so easy to make at home. And it's one of those things, like most things I make at home don't taste as good as the restaurant or like takeout. Guacamole I can make taste good at home. It's like so simple.
Usually
it
it's the
can-
opposite for most people. What they make at home is better than
Is that?
what they get at a
Yeah.
not at a fancy restaurant, but like at a quick like chain. Most people feel like, oh, I could make this better at home. Or maybe that's just what people say. I don't know.
Maybe they could. I cannot. I will say that I can't. And I don't. And I've tried. And everything I make tastes bad. So this burrito is pretty good. I did use my own chips at home to save money.
Well, that's where the expenses are. Those
Yeah.
super, the price of chips, outrageous.
Yeah. And we got good chips. We got the blue ones from Whole Foods. Those are good chips.
Mm.
We got those. So the guac was good. The burrito was fine. And we ate it and watched wrestling. Any follow-up questions?
That's food for wrestling. No follow up on me.
Okay.
No follow-ups, no further questions, Your Honor.
Yeah, that's a Wednesday night there.
Yes.
What'd you have, Nick?
All right. So last night I did a baked potato. I haven't had one in a long time. So I had some pork belly. So that was smoked. So I just seared it in a skillet. And I charred up some green onions over my little open flame inside the house. Smoked cheddar, a lot of sour cream, chopped up the charred green onions, and I had a little bit of salmon roll that needed to leave the house. So I did salmon roll, some really good fresh black pepper, and some sea salt, and it was quite delicious.
Okay, and here I was thinking I did something.
That just like kept getting more and more. Like next time he was like, "So I had a baked potato." I'm like, "All right."
Uh-huh.
He's
Yeah.
like, and then I had pork belly. Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Oh, that's it. And like charging is okay. All right. And then,
Yeah.
calm down. And then he's like, and then I had salmon roll on it. All right. Okay. This kept
And then
going.
the governor called, and I had to stop and talk to him.
Is
All
this
right, well,
officially
let's
a twice? Well, is this officially a twice baked potato? How many times did you bake this potato?
I baked it for at least 30. It was like 35 minutes. So,
But just the one time.
yeah, just one time.
Okay, so once baked potato.
Once baked potato. Once you baked it, never bake it
And
twice.
just a single baked potato. It had a lot of things on it, but just one baked potato.
Oh yeah, it was huge, but it definitely put me down.
That's what I want when I go to a restaurant. I'm gonna ask the waiter, "Will this baked potato put me down?"
There you
And
go.
if they say anything other than yes, I'm like, I don't want it. That's not a baked potato.
So I know we're in this segment, but I want to ask Nick a question. On Top Chef, a lot of the time, a lot of concern is with the size. I know that like fancy cooking is always the size. It's supposed to be small, and like the judges like to complain about the size of the food and be like, "Well, this is too much." I being from Mississippi, is that an issue there? Is food ever? Did you get too? Does someone go, "This is too much food"? Is that a real complaint?
Yeah, in some places, yes. In some places, they put it on. We have some places that serve catfish, and you'll get 3 huge fillets on it, cut in strips. So think, yes, that's huge.
Whoa.
Wow.
Yeah, it depends on where you go, but those are mostly like dives that's in certain counties and all. But yeah, it's a lot of places that put a lot of food on the plate.
Good. More places should do that.
Yeah. 3 fillets. What is that? Like 1.5 catfish on the plate right there? I'll have the 1.5 catfish, please.
You and your neighbor split 2 catfish.
No, Brian, we're not splitting.
Oh,
it. This
3.
is my
Splitting
plate.
3 catfish.
Yeah, this is my plate. All right, let's do the voting. And the rules are, Nick, you can't vote for yourself. I'll go first. I'm going to vote for Nick.
Okay, and I'll go second. And I'm going to vote for Nick as well.
And I'm going to go third. And it may seem like just because you're the guest, this is why we're doing this, but I promise you it's not. Because I would vote for someone else if someone else did better. But in this case, I think Nick did the best. So I'm going to vote for Nick.
Well, thank you, Brian. My vote was for you.
Oh,
wow. Nick liked your Wednesday night.
I love second place.
All right. That's the conclusion of Chef's Eye Pay-Per-View. Nick is the winner.
Well, Jamal, it finally happened. I was at my boxing class and I got all my teeth knocked out.
Only a matter of time, Brian.
Yeah, that's what I get for not covering my face.
Yeah. This is going to mess up your food situation, though, isn't it?
It would normally, but actually I just got the BlendJet 2.
What's the BlendJet 2?
It's a portable blender and it's small and quiet, but also it can like cut through ice and frozen fruit, which is good because I'm putting entire meals in it. I'm putting like a burger in it and then blend it and then I could eat, because if I didn't have this, I would starve.
You said your teeth are knocked out.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of see what looks like Party City teeth in your mouth.
Mm-hmm. So before I got the BlendJet 2, I was like, well, I gotta get some teeth. but I had to return. Actually, I had a werewolf mask I had to take back, so I figured I'd do a two birds one stone.
I think you're fine because if what I know about this is right, BlendJet 2 is portable, so you can blend up a smoothie at work, a protein shake at the gym, or even a margarita on the beach. I mean, it's small enough to fit in a cup holder, but powerful enough to blast through tough ingredients, like you said, ice and frozen fruit with ease.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Mm-hmm.
I was reading the other day in a pamphlet that BlendJet 2 is whisper quiet, so
Mm-hmm.
you can make your morning smoothie without waking up the whole house. And you can't do that now because you used to do that talking, but you
Oh
can't do
yeah,
it
I wake up
talk
the whole
now.
house
So
no matter
yeah,
without a loud blender. I do it, so it's
yeah,
good now that I have this
yeah.
to be whisper quiet.
And you're definitely going to need BlendJet 2 because it lasts for 15 plus blends and recharges quickly via USB-C. I mean, you're doing all your meals. I mean, this on a normal blender, this would destroy the blender very quickly, but you got a BlendJet 2, so you'll be fine. And I know you hate doing dishes, so the best of all is BlendJet 2 cleans itself. You just blend
Mm.
water with a drop of soap and you're good to go, Brian.
Yep, yeah, because I really don't like doing dishes or
Yeah.
cleaning my own body for that
Yeah.
matter. And the one that I got, it's this beautiful green color. They have so many cool colors, but the one I got was green because green makes me think of food.
Green makes you think of food.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Any particular food?
Money.
Well, I don't know what you're waiting for. You should probably go to blendjet.com and grab yours today. And be sure to use the promo code PODCHEF12 to get 12% off your order and free 2-day shipping. No other portable blender on the market comes close to the quality, power, and innovation of the BlendJet 2. They guarantee you'll love it or your money back. Oh, I thought you were going to say the last part, but I just realized you can't really talk very much. So that's kind of...
It hurts to talk.
Yeah, it hurts to talk. So you know what, Brian? Blend anytime, anywhere with the BlendJet 2 portable blender. Go to blendjet.com and use the code PODCHEF12 to get 12% off your order and free 2-day shipping. Shop today and get the best deal ever. I'm gonna call you a dentist.
Okay, well, let them know I don't have any money because I ate it all.
We should have ended on my line about the dentist. PodChef. Nick, I wanted to ask you: were you asked to go on Top Chef? Were you like persuaded? Some of the other Top Chef contestants we've had on have said that they didn't want to go on. They were like dragged onto the show, or did you
courted.
just? Yeah, were you courted and you wanted to go on the show?
So honestly, competing since Fire Masters another show wasn't on my radar, but I wanted to do some judging on certain shows. They called me. I haven't filled out an application or like pursued a show since Cutthroat Kitchen in 2013.
Wow.
So all the other ones, they kind of came after me. So I told them I wanted to think about it for a couple days and do some research, and just so the world know, I've never watched a whole season of Top Chef until I got that call. So I watched 3 or 4 episodes, kind of got the feel of it. Looking at Restaurant Wars was repetitive, watching those kind of things, but trying to do as much research as possible. And then I was like, okay, have another Mississippi resident been on Top Chef as well? So that was another thing that pushed me to doing it.
All right, so everyone heard it here. Nick Wallace is offer only. He does not fill out applications anymore. It's offer or pass.
When you went back and watched episodes of Top Chef, were there ones that you were recommended, or was it like random, or was it you were looking for ones that were infamous? Like you wanted to watch Marcelo must get his head shaved. You wanted to watch like a Voltaggio fight. Like what was your like? How'd you pick episodes?
I started from the very first one.
Okay, so you watched pre-Padma, right?
I wanted to see just like what they're doing. Like it was definitely wow. Then it was like no holds bar. It was wrestling. It was wrestling. So yeah, I watched that, and I watched the Carla Hall one to check that one out. They had a lot of superstars on one episode, which I thought one season. I thought that one was cool. So yeah, I just tried to handpick it, and I watched the one with the MC Hammer one. What's the chef name? I'm sorry, he probably gonna be like, you didn't know who I am. You remember the MC Hammer one?
It's ringing a bell, but I don't remember the chef.
Let's see.
Oh, there you go.
I'm Googling it.
Kwame.
Oh,
Kwame. Oh,
yes.
And now we're all gonna get yelled at.
Yeah, I know. We'll see. I have his book right here. So
Oh, okay. I
I'm
didn't know
just
if Reeves,
looking.
you had a question.
Yeah, I do. So with your seasoning, Nick's 26. Do you have a suggestion of what I should start with to season? Ice cream would be a bad idea, I'm assuming, but
no,
maybe I should go someone else. I would work on ice cream.
I would. I've done it. I've done
What?
it like
Wow.
banana ice cream.
Yeah.
Uh, so I wanted to design a seasoning that can kind of stand up to something sweet. So we have this watermelon app, which is a block kind of hollowed out. It's cured in the seasoning, but like we added to sweet potato cobblers, um,
Mm.
pies, so I
Ooh.
would definitely try that. It's great with butternut squash, pretty much all veggies, but it's really good with spaghetti squash and butternut. But it stands up to pork, to rabbit, beef, chicken. I think you should just get creative. I use it for breakfast time. But do y'all have some, or do I need to ship y'all some?
I mean, I don't want to say you have to ship me some.
I
If the
mean,
delivery driver shoes up and is like,
if
we
it's
got next seasoning,
here,
I'm not gonna send it back. That's for sure.
Got you. I got you. I'll hook
I
y'all
mean,
up.
and I do love
ooh
sweet
boy.
potatoes and stuff. I mean, I was eating that every single day during the heart of the pandemic, and I was made fun of, quite honestly, by Brian and Reeves
Oh,
for eating.
well, because you ate them every day. Nick, he ate the same meal. He'd eat chicken, sweet potato, and broccoli every day. Isn't that,
Hmm.
you know?
It was true. It was amazing. I'm more impressed by it at this point now, and I feel
Yeah.
ashamed for making fun of you for it because it was more of a feat than anything else.
Yeah, it's called consistency, guys.
I will admit, and this is no one likes to hear that they almost did something, but I remember when I watched the season of Top Chef, going to your website and being like, I'm gonna buy this seasoning. And then I didn't, but in my defense, I don't cook very much.
Yeah,
So like it would have been wasted on me for sure. These guys cook. They are chefs. Reeves is
Brian was
gonna,
wondering if he could add it to any of the food that he orders on a
yeah. Can
consistent
I put it on
basis.
takeout?
Yeah,
Like if
yeah,
okay,
yeah. Hey, some takeout might need it. So yeah,
I'll put
so, Brian, you have to have one dish that you cook.
so there, okay. So we do cook. There's two things that my wife and I cook. We cooked a lot starting the pandemic. We haven't stopped. One's a co but they so one's a coconut chickpea curry. It's very can heavy. The chickpeas are from a can. It gets tomatoes from a can. It gets coconut milk from a can. It's very good and tastes good, but when I describe it, it's mostly cans. And then we also do a sweet potato quinoa chili. My wife's vegetarian, so we like do stuff like that. Um, and that's not such canny. There are some cans. It is an instant pot meal, and those are what I do. And I'd like, I wish that I cooked. I wish that I liked cooking, but it takes so long. And like I said, whenever I do it, the takeout tastes better. I don't know if it's just me or what, and I just can't do it. I don't know.
You just gotta stick with it. Nick, can I ask you? You said that if you had gotten to the finals, you would have broken out some of your top dishes. What were some of the dishes that you're waiting to bring out for the finale?
So I try to be smart on how I talk. So I'm gonna still keep some of those in my
Mm,
pocket.
Mm,
Or
You know
that is
what?
smart.
Who knows what the future is gonna hold?
all
And
stars. All
was the
stars.
I was the oldest chef on season 19. So who knows? I might be the oldest chef again on another season. Who knows? So I'm gonna leave those in my pocket.
Okay.
Leave them in my
Uh,
pocket.
I love
Are-
this answer because a lesser chef would have just given up the deets.
yeah.
do you
It's
watch? Sorry, go ahead.
great. No, I'm just saying it's great. It's shocking. It's so great.
Do you
I can't wait to see it.
do you watch Top Chef now?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Mm.
Do you like it, or are you watching it more as like taking notes and like seeing who's out there and like rooting for your friends?
Yeah, I'm on there for the support, honestly, of Buddha. I
Yeah.
am supporting him. Um, me and Buddha did, we had a little bromance going on because he did a lot for me. He was kind of like the marketer for Nick's 26. That dance that I did at the market in Galveston, me and him was doing that dance in the hallway of the hotel before that happened. I already had a little practice before I even started it. The only thing I wish Padma would have danced with me because I was trying to show her how to do it. But maybe because she had the red dress on, she didn't want to do it. But yeah, I support Buddha, really do.
Have you put the dance on TikTok? People are dancing on TikTok. I don't have it, but so I hear they're dancing on TikTok.
I'll only put it on there, Brian, if you do a collab with me.
That could be big.
You know what? I'll do it.
Can
you do Instagram Reel? Because I don't have TikTok. I have Instagram Reel.
You're doing a collab with me?
Yeah, and I'll do the seasoning too. Something it'll be branded content for sure. It'll be like Nick's 26 branded content.
All right, cool. Sounds good.
Great.
All right,
let me warn you.
Follow up and hold Brian's feet to the fire on that.
Let me warn you. I am a fantastic dancer. I have great rhythm. I know I don't know dance moves, but I know how things work. I know what goes where.
Yep.
I won't win any contests, but I'll be like, hey, that guy knows how to dance to a song. So
I can attest to that because at Ryu's wedding, even though Brian was dressed like an offensive line coach,
yes,
he was out there on the dance floor cutting it up. And every time I went in to get another plate full of churros to stuff my face with, I'd see Brian doing some new dance move, and I'm like, man, he's got it. He's gliding out there.
And kind of like an offensive line coach, he was kind of directing traffic in a way, and kind of like he was setting the tone of like, okay, now we're doing this move, and everyone else in the party was doing that. And then kind of when he left the dance floor, people just kind of dispersed because no one really knew what to do after that because he was such a good leader.
Yeah.
So I started putting X's and O's on people.
I got a head coaching job, and that didn't go well. We're not even talk about that. I'm not allowed in Kansas City anymore.
That's because of the barbecue thing. That has nothing to do with the coaching.
Yeah, it had nothing to do with it.
Yeah, I told them that I like the sauce. No, they do sauce in Kansas City, right?
Hey, speaking of the sauce, you said you watched season 1. Do you think that the chef threw the sauce out when he was talking to Ken?
Means.
Yes.
Good answer.
Yeah, good answer.
All right. We got closure on
right. Yes.
It's okay. I'm looking at Jamal's questions here. We did that
one.
He's got.
What do you think went wrong with the tortillas? And you forgot your binding agent for your fish cakes. Was it just so much going on in the kitchen on that episode?
Yeah. So with the fish cakes, it was going to turn out great. So what I did was I pureed some fish. So it was that part, which I never did go get. It was in the fridge. So that part there already had like a little bit of panko in it, but I've done it so many times that I was going to use it to be the binder. I ran out of time, and that's, I grew up in the hotel industry, so I'm used to pressure and I'm used to quantity. That's one of the things that was the only thing that I kept kicking myself in the ass with after the show, is because I dominate time. Like our labor costs, our food costs, everything that we do, it's always great. We know how to make money and put out good quality stuff. So that binder was still in her fridge. So that was the fish cake issue. On my tortilla, the one thing I do know about Top Chef now is when you are looking for certain things and you may get it on episode 4, you might not have it on episode 5. Now it could be small things. It could be a juicer. It could be a tortilla press. It could be all that. So in my mind, I wanted to make a great taco for the Girl and the Goat. First time I ever went there, it was amazing. No tortilla press, and it rattled me. I wasn't I just knew it was there. So when I went back to go get it, it wasn't there. And then I had to hand roll them, which is almost damn near impossible under stress. You know,
Yeah.
you only got a few minutes to do it. There's just no way it's gonna look good. There's just no way. So yeah, all that sucked. And to be honest, I shocked the hell out of Evelyn, which I knew before that season. I shocked the hell out of her at the farmers market because that was the first time I saw a tortilla press. When I saw the tortilla press, I took advantage of it, and I went for it. I don't know if nobody else saw it, but I saw it, and that's why I whipped up one really quick and won that money from Chipotle. So yeah, that's the thing that if I ever go back, I'm gonna play the game with them.
Of like knowing like this what's available right now, I should use it because it might not be available again.
Or is like
Yeah.
being like looser, being able like knowing that things might change, not being entirely committed to like one thing.
I wasn't ready for that.
Mm.
As me watching the other season, it didn't show that part. It didn't show that. So
Yeah.
I know I'll be a lot more versatile the next time.
Nice.
All right, Brian, where are we on time?
It's 8 o'clock, so maybe we could start to call it if that's okay. We've been recording for 47 minutes.
All right, let's do our final segment then. This segment's called Add Foam, Debone, or Send Home. And this is where you pick which one of us would you add foam to, which one of us would you debone, and which one of us would you send home. And I usually get the same answer from everyone, but we'll let you pick, Nick.
And I'm going to go ahead and change Reeves's Zoom name because it's his wife's name, so you don't call him his wife's name. So I'll help you out there.
That rules. I knew that the whole time. Thanks.
So Jamal, you said that everybody always picked the same thing mostly.
For me, yeah, me specifically.
Yeah. Well, I hope it's not debone.
No,
Oh,
it's not that one.
Okay.
All right.
Great.
You're
I'm in-
deboning me?
Yeah.
Oh, thank goodness.
That
Thank
feels
goodness.
good.
At least I'm out on the table. I'm being worked. All right. I'm good with that. Whew. Who are you gonna add foam to?
Brian.
Okay. I appreciate that you took the time to
Yes.
to think about it and didn't just say an answer. And that makes me feel for whatever reason it is that you picked me, there's a reason. And
It
that's
scared
what
me. I thought my audio cut out again.
So I guess that means by default,
I have been sent home. I think that's twice in a row now. I've been sent home.
Good sitting home. I'm so sorry.
That's
Twice in a
perfectly fine. I feel like you didn't take the decision lightly. You really
Yeah.
thought about it. So I
That's what
understand.
matters.
I accept it. And to be honest, it makes sense. I get
yeah.
it.
But Reeves, I'm sorry. The chicken burrito and that wrestling just got me, man. I can't stop.
I
thinking.
get it. I get it.
Wait, should we talk about wrestling? Are you an active
Please
wrestling
don't.
fan?
Look, I was big time as a kid. Big time.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll tell you, it's good now. It's
Is
good
it?
again. Yeah. We watch a lot of AEW. It's very good.
It's
then.
okay. You don't
Yeah,
have to
Very
watch
good.
it.
It's very good.
All right. I'm just happy I wasn't sent home. Usually people want to
That's
send me
nice.
home. So Nick, thank you for indulging us with add foam, debone, send home. Reeves is right now packing his bag, so he's going
I
home.
have to go.
And thank you again, Chef Nick, for taking the time to join us here on PodChef. Is there anything else that you want to plug before we get out of here?
So I just, the one thing has been so great. Before Top Chef, I became my own business owner, opening up Nick Wallace Culinary almost 8 years ago now. And so I've been on a pursuit for just not just happiness for myself, but for the people that I work with too. And from that, from my voice of doing public speaking and all, I have some pretty good major partnerships with companies like banks. And one in particular is like Hope Credit Union. Because throughout my whole life, because I didn't come from financial wealth for my family. So throughout the years, getting turned down from banks, trying to get a bank loan, trying to, open up this cool concept, and I was denied every single time. So then I needed to buy a home, and I bought a home about 7 years ago. I was the first one to buy a home within my family in like 40 something years. So my thing now is majority of my staff is first time home buyers too in the last two,
Wow.
3. So it's just not really just about cooking, but it is. But we've been doing so well that the SBA, the Small Business Administrator, has awarded us me Business Person of the Year for Mississippi, which is huge. So I'll be in DC at the end of this month to accept the award. It's the first time it's ever happened. But like I say, we just been and we touch so many people. I mentor kids and some adults as well. We really hit on workforce. So it's not just about me; it's about everybody else's business out there. Making sure we have good quality people out there that is, I'm being completely transparent with them. And I'm a farmer too, so I have a farming background, so vegetation, animals, and really connecting with other local farmers on 0% finance loans and just keeping that kind of rooted lifestyle going throughout Mississippi. So that's probably the best way I want to end it for Mississippi, and I want everybody to come to visit. Really do.
All right. Wow. That's great.
And congratulations.
Yeah,
You're gonna be up in
congratulations.
DC.
Yeah.
On the recognition. That's awesome.
Mhm.
Thank you. Thank you.
I'm not going to saying that you should get up with Jamal and Reeves when you're in DC, but they do live in DC, and if you wanted to hang out with them, they'd show you the city. I don't know what that means.
I didn't know that, but hey, I could bring the seasoning with me, and I'll just give it to you in your face.
Oh,
Okay.
wow. There's that. Yeah,
Wow.
that again, not gonna say no.
Yeah. I'll bring y'all some seasoning, and yeah. What's your shirt sizes? I'll send yours, Brian. I'll send yours and something else. I'll make you laugh. I'm gonna get you a chicken burrito shirt.
That would be very nice.
That's amazing.
We got that in common, you and I. We love chicken burritos. And that's what binds us as a country. There's too many people these days are being divided by burrito fillings. And I don't know. My mic should cut out.
Yeah.
All right. Chef Nick Wallace, thank you so much for coming on the podcast and putting up with us. It was a great time, and we hope you enjoyed yourself. Until next time, we're going to pack our knives and go.
This was fun.
Absolutely.
This is great, guys. You guys got something here. This is fun.
Nice.